Cyberpunk 2077 had a pretty massive upswing of players since the Edgerunners TV show aired on Netflix, and if you're one of those new players, or if you're a returning Night City veteran, it's very likely that Night City has grabbed you by the proverbial balls, and now it won't let go. So, to sate your appetite for content to play around with, I've compiled a list of 17 mods that I personally absolutely love, as they've all improved my experience while playing Cyberpunk 2077 these last few weeks. And my hope is that you guys will like these mods just as much as I do. Starting with one of the more popular mods lately called V's Edgerunners Mansion Apartment DLC. In short, this mod introduces new housing for your V in the form of a penthouse, and I have to say, this is now probably my favorite place to stay whenever I'm looking to immerse myself in Night City. The apartment has everything that all the official apartments have, with the added bonus of just being extremely beautiful. Oh, and you have your very own swimming pool, and the view of the skyline is just breathtaking. In order to get the apartment after installing it, all you have to do is to go over to the apartment waypoint here and either pay up 150,000 euro if your street cred is below 30. And if your street cred is 30 or over, the price is half that at 75,000 euro. So make sure you level up your street cred for a massive discount. Next, we just gotta talk about the virtual Atelier. This mod is an absolute godsend, as it provides your game with a virtual shop functionality, whereas you can then install different store mods that you can access through V's computer. As of right now, it seems like you can only access it through V's main apartment at the H10 mega building, however, so have that in mind. In any case, the first store mod I installed after this is the Clothing Mods eShop, which essentially adds every clothing mod and recipe for you to buy. Then we have the all vanilla Atelier store, which adds basically every piece of clothing to another eShop. Now the mod creator has categorized upper body, lower body, headwear, and shoes in separate windows, which makes browsing different items super easy. And now the final store mod is the legendary gun recipe shop. As you probably derived from the name, this store literally lets you buy every legendary gun recipe. It's as simple as that. Now all these store mods comes with an added caveat. The items aren't free, which is a good thing because this makes the stores feel more like actual DLC than mods. Speaking of clothing, as thankful as I am towards CD Projekt Red for having added a wardrobe system to your apartments, do you know what would be even better? A portable wardrobe system, of course. Normally, you have to be in your apartment in order to swap out pieces for your transmog, but no more. That's right, this mod called Junk in the Trunk lets you access the apartment wardrobe system by interacting with the storage compartment of your bike or your car. And while we're on the topic of vehicles, you guys just gotta check out the Immersive Driving mod. Now again, CD Projekt Red has done a lot to make driving feel better in Cyberpunk 2077, but this mod just takes the cake so far, and I consider this to be the ultimate driving mod. What it does is that it introduces a sort of manual shift system to every vehicle. So now when you drive your car or bike with this mod, your vehicle will accelerate more realistically. Say by just pressing the W button on my keyboard, the car doesn't accelerate that much and slowly increases speed, just like it would when you gently push the gas. But if you press the shift button, the car shifts gears and your car or bike shoots away like it normally does in the vanilla version. This mod really makes driving much more immersive, especially if you drive a lot in real life, as it feels like you actually have more control over your car or your bike, which in turn makes the handling much more smooth. But if you're still hell-bent on driving like a maniac, I have another vehicle mod for you. This one is called Realistic Car Crashes, and what it does is, well, it makes your car crashes and collisions more realistic. In the vanilla game, cars and bikes have some incredible durability, which, let's face it, is pretty nice considering how many times you hit other cars, objects, and pedestrians in this game. But with this mod, whenever you smash into another car or a wall or some other object, your car gets deformed quicker in a more realistic way. Yes, your car takes more damage, essentially. But this mod in conjunction with the Immersive Driving mod makes the vehicles actually feel heavy, and because of the increased handling you'll get from the Immersive Driving, it just makes sense to make the collisions more dangerous as well. Now another car-related mod that I'd like to talk about is actually very small and simple. As most of you chooms can relate to, Cyberpunk 2077 has a lot of brain-dead NPCs. This is especially true for civilian drivers, as time and time again you'll be hit by some car that just drives into you despite you being right in front of them. Since this isn't a simple programming fix for CD Projekt Red, I have the next best thing. A mod that lets you get up faster after getting hit by the car, aptly named Faster Vehicle Knockback Animation. Now you can keep running into cars with your heart's content, and watch as V gets up quicker than lightning. Thank God for this simple little mod. Speaking of simple little mods, you need rich vendors in your life. And as you probably guessed, this mod just gives vendors more capital, about 50k or so, which is great, because most vendors always run out of Eurodollars whenever you offload a truckload of items you don't need. So here you go, this mod fixes that. Now, while you're out dealing with bad guys on the street, you want to be as effective as possible, and as much as I love the vanilla sliding function, it's just not enough for me. So here's the improved slide mod. It simply makes sliding better. You can slide to the side, you can slide while turning around, and your camera control while sliding will also be improved upon installing this mod. So happy slicing and sliding! The next mod is something I mentioned briefly in my Is It Worth It video this year, because it adds a function that's been highly requested by a lot of fans, and that's the Respec Attributes mod. As you may know, as of today, it's only possible to reset your perks in the vanilla game, which essentially locks away builds that require certain levels of attributes. Say if you've been playing as a netrunner for 20 to 30 plus hours, you might want to try out another build. That's where this mod comes in. It literally just gives you the option to reset your attributes as well as your perks, if you want to go from a netrunner to a cyber ninja or any other build you might find interesting. Hopefully CD Projekt Red adds this function in the future where you can buy an attribute reset with your Eurodollars, but as of right now, this mod is what you need. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about some appearance mods, and while these don't make your gameplay any better, they just add another layer to the game, especially after Edgerunners. The first one is the UV Texture Framework 2.0. What this mod does is that it adds a functionality that allows you to install texture mods that's specific to V. There's many different mods that use this framework in order to function, and for these three next mods, this mod is a necessity in getting it to work. Of course, as you may have suspected already, it's now possible to turn female V into Rebecca from the Edgerunner series. Sort of. In order to put together your own custom Rebecca, you will need the Rebecca's hairstyle, hair color and accessory mod, Rebecca's eyes Edgerunners mod, the Rebecca's tattoo overlay mod, and finally Rebecca ER jacket and underwear mod. All of these mods require certain script mods to work together, and to make things easier for all of you folks who want to cosplay as Rebecca, I've added a list in the description of the mods that you need to put her together. Now, to wrap all this into a neat little package, you should also check out the Photomode post packs. If you're someone who loves using Photomode, like me, this is a must for you if you want other poses than the vanilla ones. Have in mind that the poses this mod introduces will all replace the vanilla ones. But hey, it's easy enough to uninstall if you don't like them, so just go ahead and give the mod a whirl. Anyway, that's all the mods I got for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, have a great day.